Greetings, Loverfear here. Working on the, I forgot to blow that out. Working on the dailies for the week of October 26th through the 31st. And sitting here meditating for a minute before beginning, there is some type of energetic shift that is in process. It felt like Friday. I'm not sure what it is. I feel the stuff. I don't always know what's going on with it. And it feels like a karmic sweep. So if you've been doing a lot of your, what came to vision, it's like a scraper is what it kind of looked like, imagery wise. So if you've been doing a lot of healing work, sometimes there's like sawdust type of remnants, and it kind of feels like, and so space has to be made to keep doing the work. This is just kind of how it occurred to me. And so that it feels like there's sort of being an energy sweep to sort of clean up that residual that's not going to be needed, doesn't serve any purpose. It's not anything we've actively done or doing. It's just kind of getting it out of the cosmic field. So if you are feeling something happen over this weekend, we'll see. You'll be able to tell by what occurs in the days or weeks following. Every shift is a little different. This is not something related to, planets or alignment, or it's just energy just moves through and has a function sometimes. So if any of that resonates, I'd be curious to see if anybody else is picking up on it. With that said, choices, all about the choices. As you guys know, you've heard me say it enough times for the dailies. Going ahead and starting with Capricorn. Have not chosen the deck yet. Monday the 26th for Capricorn. What do you guys want? You guys feel kind of torn. And whatever deck I start with is the one I'm just going to use, I think. I'm very hesitant to use some of my heavier decks. You know what? I never use, or not never, rarely use a traditional for the daily, so we're going to do that today. I've used the black and gold. I have not used the traditional Rider-Waite. So, Capricorn, as always, energy is fluid. Masculine and feminine energy is something contained. It refers to balance, yin and yang. It is not necessarily an indication of gender. Gender will be specified separately from energy, if it's clear enough. If not, I will always refer to the energy rather than the gender. Masculine, feminine versus male, female. Love is universal. It applies to everyone at all times, everywhere. Whether or not the love appears as an intimate relationship, partnership, family, friends, it can be anything. It can be love about self. That is the ultimate purpose. Without love with self, filling your own cup, Ace of Cups, upright. You've been struggling a little bit with joy, happiness, abundance, and fulfillment. That's why. We offer private readings, coaching, and other services. Also, multi-tiered Reiki practitioner and all that good stuff. The typical things most psychics do. If you're familiar. And if you are wondering about doing the work, shadow energy, and all of that good stuff, just put up 2 of a series that I'm working on. That it's dry, it's long. However, it will clarify and guide you as to what shadow work, what ego, and all that good stuff is. And I try to keep it simple. It may be a little confusing. I didn't script it. So if you have questions, please post them in the comments below those videos. It did get cut off in the middle due to space and then resumed. That's the only reason there's a part 2. Otherwise, it would have been a single part. And I was uploading from my phone, which did not give me the option to splice them together. So they show up as 2. I may eventually re-edit it on a laptop so that I can put it together as one video. We'll see. Got my hands a little bit full these days. All right, Capricorn. Your daily reading for Monday, October 26th. If I've forgotten anything, my apologies. That shift is kind of hitting me a little hard. So we'll see how this goes. Capricorn. What is that? Capricorn, you guys go. That's probably going to be overall. Some kind of a blank, empty, confusion, lost, like there's a blank spot and looking around to try and fill it. I don't know if it's like a job, if it's a relationship, if it's something you've discovered within. I'm just picking up the energy of sort of this something was here and now it's not. And so it's kind of a blank spot. I don't know if it's in your life or your energy. We'll see what the cards show up. Overall energy for Monday the 26th for Capricorn, please. Overall energy for Monday the 26th. I'll take that one. Which usually I wait for him to jump all the way out. Just felt right. And most immediate relevant past for Capricorn, Monday the 26th. Most immediate relevant past for Capricorn, Monday the 26th, please. Present energy for Capricorn, Monday the 26th. Present energy, please. Most immediate likely outcome. Most immediate likely outcome. And most likely overall outcome for Capricorn. Interesting. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Overall outcome, most likely overall outcome in this situation for Capricorn, please. All right. Probably relevant. Ace of Pentacles. Brand new beginning, stability, consistency, maybe a new job, maybe a new house. You could be finances. This is something external material, basically. So, like I said, it could be a new home, a new job, but we'll see. This is actually pretty clear cut, Capricorn. You've chosen to walk away from a partnership that you thought was going to bring you really big happiness. And, you know, there is some disappointment about that. Or there will be. There's been some debate about whether or not to take this action. I do see you taking that action. You're no longer taking it into consideration. You're not really thinking about it anymore. You do choose to walk away. I do feel like there's some regret, but not regret for walking away. It's a regret of the not knowing. Did I just exit what's going to make me happy? What is going to give me a sense of fulfillment And the answer is no, for those that this applies to. So the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands is in reverse. Now, normally this would indicate that you are not giving an idea, you're not coming up with something creative. To me, this is saying you've made the decision. Swords would often be a decision, but honestly, a Page of Swords represents defensive, even in reverse. In this case, it is, I've really looked at this. I've really looked at this from within. I am no longer forming this idea, this concept, this decision, this looking at it from all angles and looking at it from top, bottom, underneath, whatever. I don't need to look at it. I know what I need to do. You know, this is having already gone through the stage of checking it out within yourself. Does it fit? So there's no need to keep looking at it. To keep looking at it would put you in a state of overthinking. So this is more like, I've felt it, I've thought about it, I'm not staying stuck in either emotion or thought. I'm not going to overdo the mental processes or the emotional processes. I know the answer. That's it. No need to spend any more time with it. So most immediate past is this partnership. Now with the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, I do feel like this may be work related. So you may have, had this job you were at, or business partnership, or it's some kind of career endeavor, business endeavor to some degree. It could be creative. It could be, a startup, but it is some way something that has a professional or business aspect to it. And your present energy, and you're walking away from it, leaving it behind. And most likely future outcome, there was happiness here. It did at one time carry this energy of partnership, of collaboration, of creativity and movement, and it was fulfilling. But the recognition that that's no longer the case, and there's a sense of sadness and loss about that. The recognition that, man, this is, you put a stop here so that you can get here. And you didn't sink into this. It's after this that, you kind of let yourself recognize, man, that really stinks. We really had something good. I really thought it was going to be amazing. And it's not making me so happy anymore. So it's time to move on. Or it didn't make me so happy, so it was time to move on. And man, the idea of losing that just sucks. So it's not like a depression. It's just an awareness, an acknowledgement of this did not generate the happiness, the fulfillment, the sense of, I don't want to say completion because that happens from within, but that sense of this is where I belong. It just kind of it looks like it just sort of fizzled. I don't know if it fizzled. It doesn't look like there was any conflict. So it could be something behind the scenes that's not showing up directly relevant to you. It could be the culture changed and it just no longer fit and diminished, your sense of fulfillment and joy and purpose in this. And you're just like, this isn't where I belong anymore. And in doing that, the most likely long-term outcome with the bottom of the deck, brand new beginnings in love and abundance. So this could be, the self-respect and self-worth and self-value that you are implementing here, especially with this being the Eight of Cups. And then you have the Ace of Cups. So you're walking away from an external situation and putting that energy towards you by this action of walking away. And that's going to show up on the external with the same degree, with the same energy that you are honoring and giving to yourself. It's going to show up outside too. So what the overall energy is suggesting is that new opportunities or a new idea that creates an opportunity is going to come in. And obviously there may be multiple opportunities, but you're going to take the one that's true to you, true to your authentic self. So, and get back in the energy that was here, and then for whatever reason that changed, and you see that and you're like, yeah, no, it's time to go. And you did. You took some time to process through this and think about it and feel for it. Is this really the right thing for me to do for me? I made that decision, and this is to validate and to reassure that is the right decision for you. Does that mean every Capricorn should go out and quit their job that they're unhappy at? No. This has to come first. If you have not gone through this process and already made that decision come Monday, then it may not be applied to you, even if the rest of it resonates. This part comes first. So don't just get up and go quit your job because you don't like it. I would never suggest that. So for the Capricorns to which this does apply, this is verification and validation for you that this decision is supported and is guided. I mean, you have two aces and a major arcana. It's pretty indicative right there. So I hope that helps, allows you to, ease into some faith in the divine and yourself moving forward, and that new and next opportunity appears pretty quickly. All right, moving on to Aquarius for Monday, October 26th. Oh, and you know what's weird? Capricorn is right before the energetic message came in. No, it was after. I kept hearing "You Are My Sunshine." And I don't usually get music stuff. You are my sunshine, you're my light. Yeah. So maybe that somehow is connected besides the sun card and all that. It's kind of a fun, silly, youthful energy too. It's a kid's song, kind of. So, yeah, kind of have that energy to it. All right, back to Aquarius. Let's get you guys going here. What's going on for my Aquarius? My Aquas. I can't help it, Aquarius. It's because of the zodiac label. It's somebody. I cannot help but think of Aquaman. I haven't even seen the new movie, but I mean, just in general, it's that word association thing. Aquaman. I remember the old Aquaman, from like the comics and early cartoon days. Gotta put you guys on pause. Sorry. I totally thought my phone was still on mute. I keep it on mute these days most of the time because I forgot. And then I know I'm getting a call and take it off mute, and when you guys will hear it in the background because I forgot I turned it on again. All right, Aquarius. Enough with the is that I'm terrible. I'm a terrible nerd. Not geek. Aquaman, is it Marvel or DC Comics? I really don't know. I want to say Marvel. Maybe somebody out there knows. It's not really relevant, but yeah. All right, Aquarius. Overall energy for Monday. Holy cow. You guys got something going. Interesting. All right. Most relevant, immediate past energy for Aquarius. Yee. With that, Queen of Swords in reverse. Ooh. Present energy for Aquarius for Monday. Present for... Ooh. All right, most likely immediate outcome for Aquarius for Monday. 6, 2020. Not sure it's worth the fight, huh? And most likely overall outcome. Oh, that was subtle. Alright, Aquarius. Not sure that'll be relevant. I'll go back to it if it is. Queen of Swords in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse. Man, that guy's, that is some... That's something serious right there. I'm getting... You know what I feel like? This is interesting. Dailies aren't usually this intense. Alright. Aquarius. What I'm getting for a lot is that there is someone, and it could be in general, it may not even be a particular person. It could be anything, anyone. But basically that negative external energy is influencing your internal balance and destabilizing. And it's destabilizing your sense of self. And it may be you just you have a lot of negative influence, and it is getting to you. Normally, Pentacles are totally external. Swords, in a lot of ways, can be also external mind. This is the external. This is a negative, nasty external coming in and messing with your internal sense. I probably put them up backwards. And it is causing you to feel very ungrounded and lost and just very, very heavy negative kind of space right now. So this could be, is this coming from within, or is it, I feel like this is coming from those outside, but in a way it is coming from within, because there's a good possibility you are already in this energy. Correction. Yeah. In this energy within yourself, not necessarily directed outwardly. Queen of Swords can be really rough, so a lot of times it is expressed outwardly. and it just drew in more from the external. You were vibrating at a level that resonated with others, and it's just kind of exacerbated. And here it is right here. That's all ego energy, mind energy, negative thinking, negative perceptions, negative beliefs, negative habits, whatever it is. It could be an addiction. It could be just a whole lot of false beliefs within your mind. And it's been keeping you stuck and unhappy. Right now where you are, even though there's all this, I feel like this is a desire. This is like you've been in this state for a while, and you are getting to the point where you're like, I am so tired of this. I want something better. I want to feel balanced. I want to have some sense of inner stability. I'm just tired of this. And so there's this going, looking at all of it, I feel like. So temperance can carry a lot of different nuances to divine energy. It can be balance. See a triangle. And the balance here is balancing out between the two cups, one being filled and giving to another. That can also apply within and without the self. It can be patience. It can be just a divine guidance. Temperance is a very gentle kind of energy. A lot of times it speaks to impatience. It speaks to divine guidance in a very gentle, it's more like an intuitive, not quite like High Priestess or Hierophant. It's softer than that. You know, and it's not necessarily coming from within. It's there's something that might trigger us to start noticing and paying attention to this particular type of energy. And I feel like that's what occurs is the recognition that, man, this sucks. What do I do about it? Well, I feel like that's kind of where these cups come into play, is the recognition that there is an uneven exchange going on the external, and it's time to balance that internally. You know, so this is the divine giving love and guidance and support to us. So I feel like you're kind of starting to turn that corner a little bit. The downside, when we've been in this energy for a long time, we tend to kind of get to a certain point here and then we go back. We get to a certain point here and then we go back, because this is like default setting within us. This is ego mind. Check out the video. Explains it. This is the past, right? I said most recent past. But recent past can be something that's been with us our entire lives, and it's ongoing. So you might want to take a look at that. So you're kind of starting to pick up on this, and just, I want to move into something more stable within myself. Now, how you went from here to here, probably because something came in to clue you in and opened you up a little bit. And here's that exhaustion. What did I just say with the going back and forth, the defaulting? In the most immediate future, there is a level of exhaustion, but that I want to do this, but I'm tired of this. I don't want to necessarily do the work, but I'm tired of this. So there is that inner back and forth, that inner conflict. Do I do the work? Don't I do the work? Do I do the work? It's so tiring. It's so hard. Do I do the work? Don't I do the work? And that's, you know, a lot of that is this influence. You know, whatever caused these energies to be within yourself and then show up on the external, it's being repeated basically right here. You know, you have the inner, you have the outer. And this is the desire inner, but this is what's showing up on the outer. And in order to change that, this is more like an inner outer reading, really, rather than linear time. You gotta fight for it. No matter how tired you get, no matter how hard it is, you gotta be willing to fight for it. And you're not sure yet if you are. You're looking at this going, oh, fuck. You know, and you have to make a decision. It has to be conscious. It has to be purposeful and it has to be committed. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Overall outcome. There's going to be two groups that receive this message. One group, they're going to recognize this isn't bad luck. This isn't something they're stuck with. This isn't, so they're going to move out of that excuse-making energy and begin the process. The other group is going to do exactly that, back and forth. Just kind of depends on where you are in this energy. Do you have the endurance, the commitment, the drive to follow through and fight for it? Some will. Some won't. Some will move forward out of this space. Some will repeat this cycle a few more times. So, it's up to you. It's up to you, and it's also, there's also an inner readiness, which you can't force. If you're not ready, you're not ready. And that's okay. Just recognize that it's all about lessons and preparedness. There may be details that were missed in getting from this energy to this one, to getting from overall or past to present. And I feel like these two are very much still in the present. I don't feel like this is past. This is ongoing. This is long past to present. And sometimes there's details within ourselves that need to be addressed before we can keep moving forward. So sometimes we have to take a few steps back and deal with some other things first before we can get past a certain point. And because we're finishing the job, we have an incomplete lesson, so we have to go back and finish the parts, the sections that we didn't get the first time, 2 times, and we all learn differently, and that's fine. There's nothing, doesn't make it bad or wrong or what have you. It's important. It's foundation work. It has to be done. So for those that do repeat, keep in mind You have 3 major arcana. Powerful energies. And then you have 2 court cards. A king and a queen. And honestly, it's toxic energy, but it's balanced. Which means moving forward, that balance should stay with you. Now, you don't want these energies necessarily, but they are in balance. Technically, light and shadow is balanced. Technically. Problem is, the shadows have more power, more control, more say-so, more direction for those that aren't moving on yet. So you've got good stuff here to work with. And there's just some other things that need to get handled before you're ready to be here and really finish, you know, get out of this space. And frankly, you've got some really good stuff to move forward with. So just because you see, you know, these lower vibe energies present, that doesn't make it a bad thing. I want to be very, very clear. All right? What we perceive as good and bad isn't good or bad. It may affect us in the moment in a way that we identify as good or bad, uncomfortable, comfortable. Events and situations can affect our physical life negatively, badly, but energetically speaking, there is no good or bad in these situations. So hopefully that makes some sense. It's kind of a complicated, not complicated, it's actually really simple, but it's hard for our minds to really get, well, if it's happening on the outside, doesn't it mean, well, yeah, it's that kind of complicated. So, Aquarius, I hope that helps, and I hope for those that are really feeling kind of trapped in those lower energies, you know, do not give up. And especially don't give up on yourself. There's just more to learn. And all of our lessons are individual and specific and different. So trying to compare where you are on your journey where with someone else is on their journey, you can't. So I hope that helps, Aquarius. Moving on to Pisces for Monday, October 26th. Monday, October 26th. For Pisces, that Ten of Swords that just will not stay on the deck may end up flying out. Positioning matters, so we will see what happens. I think you get, I don't remember. Did you guys get Ten of Swords last week? And I know that I kind of stopped short midweek last week on the dailies, did not do weekend. I'm trying to set things up to get on a more effective schedule with my work schedule and other life obligations. The schedule I've been trying to maintain has not been working. And I've really not been honoring my energy or my time very well. So sometimes we have to scrap where we're at and kind of start over in order to, you know, work with what is within more efficiently. All right, Pisces, let's see what you guys got going on for Monday, the 26th. Overall energy for Pisces, October 26th. Oh, that debated. Most immediate relevant past energy for Pisces. Present energy for Pisces for the 26th. Wow, you guys got some, holy crap, Pisces. You guys would say this group looks like, okay, most likely overall, immediate, not overall yet. Thank you. Immediate outcome for Pisces for Monday. Wow. Yeah, so that was like 4 cards. We'll try that again. I'm going to reshuffle because if one of those was intended to, it is now not where it needs to be. Pisces, this may take me a minute because I have a feeling as beautiful as these are showing up, there's also something underlying, and since I don't clarify in these readings, I may spend a moment to kind of get in there. Just a little. You know what? This is inner energy. Wow, okay. That's what okay. I see, I get it now. Wow. Alright, let's see what is the most likely immediate outcome for Pisces. Most likely immediate outcome for and most likely overall outcome for Pisces for the 26th. Most likely overall outcome for Pisces for the 26th. Please, in this situation, most likely overall outcome for this situation. It's interesting. This is relevant. We'll see. Alright, so Pisces, it took me a moment, but while I was shuffling, I did start to obviously get the energy of what is going on with this, because this is these are, wow. You guys this particular collective is doing a hell of a lot of inner work. You are in a space of giving to yourself. You are bringing things in to offer to yourself. This is a slow-moving action card, usually an external, but I don't feel like it's external. And it is because of the rest of the cards after it. And the movement towards. This is a very flowing, developing situation here. So it is taking you a long time to get to this place. You've traveled a long way to get here. Most immediate relevant past. Ace of Swords. Now this could be a brand new beginning. I think it's a brand new beginning with yourself. It's a recognition of what is within. It's learning to see and be truthful and honest and hold integrity in self. Make decisions that serve in your highest good. Not impulsive, not out of emotion, not too much in the head. Emotion and head are a very balanced energy, but you did start from a very outward kind of place. I feel like you maybe built up a sense of self and security. It started out as a very external, but you incorporated that external into the internal. And there is a processing of these achievements and successes that you've worked so long and hard for. As you've gone, you've been incorporating them into the belief system of the mind. And so you are getting much closer to your inner truth. this has led you to a place of having your own cup of love to be offered. And you are out there currently, presently. You're not done with your work. You recognize that. You're not done. This is a knight, not a king, not the emperor. So you're not done, but you've done a lot. This is an opportunity to begin anew, and you've done that. And in doing so, you've got a full cup of love to offer. And all this makes you really happy within. It is such a... And you have all the elements here, including fire. King of Wands is up here. Passion. And because the King of Wands is here and the Sun is here in reverse, your cup, you and your cup are actively looking for the last piece of your puzzle. Your passion, your excitement, love, you know, the things to share that completes this picture. So Pisces, you may be looking for, it's hard to say, all the signs are here, so I'm not even going to try and guess. But you have everything here at a very, very high level. Your energy within, you are almost at that point of fulfillment. And you are seeking pieces externally, and that's okay. And because you've done all this inner work, that's going to bring passion to your life. And there are some things where we have to go out and explore, whether it's a different job or career or class or hobby, where we have to try different things in order to feel that soul spark within. It could be you meet someone that introduces you to something that gets you driven, and you become a pair. Because there is a shared drive and passion. So you haven't yet identified what that is to you. That's why the King is in reverse. You're happy within, but there's some pieces where you recognize there's more out there for you. That you haven't quite reached that state of, you know, happiest card in the deck. Happy, yes. Fulfilled, yes, absolutely. But you're not sure yet what your passion actually is, what it's geared towards. You've done all this groundwork, and now you're actively seeking a way to express all this that's inside outwardly. You're just not sure what that means for you yet. So you're looking. And that is a beautiful place to be. You're not waiting around. You're not looking for something specific. You haven't said, oh, this is what I want. You're just out there exploring. In order to identify, it feels very open-ended. Not lost, not confused, not aware. It's just the form that it takes externally is what's unknown. You have it internally. You have the passion. You have the drive. You're just not sure what way does it manifest in an action outside of you. It's in there inside. You're looking to bring it outside. Because you know that's what's going to complete this whole picture, is to find that driving passion within. There's things you're passionate about. You're not sure if that's the thing for you. And you'll have some adventures along the way by the looks of it. All this traveling and whatnot. So for those Pisces that this applies to, congratulations. You guys have really done a lot of work. And that is a beautiful thing to see. I want to see more of that. I want to see more energies showing up like that. That's a lot of healing. That is a whole lot of healing. All right. Next up, Aries. Next up, Aries. That's what you guys got going on from Monday the 26th. I'm watching my monitor get light and dark. I'm not sure where the instability in that is. So if you guys notice it in viewing, I don't want to disrupt the reading to try and investigate quarters and whatnot. So I do apologize if it's not showing up great. Hopefully you can still see the cards, and that's the important part. All right, Aries, what you got for you for Monday overall energy, the 26th for Aries. Overall energy for I'm not sure about this. Yes. Most immediate past energy for Aries, please. It will become clear in a minute. What is up with... And I feel like this is right. Which I have not done yet. Present energy for Monday the 26th for Aries. Usually they're more sideways. I'll take this is ooh. Well, that explains it. All right. Most likely immediate outcome for Aries for Monday. Most likely immediate outcome for Monday. All right, I think I found that one. Yeah, Aries, you guys are... You're working too. And there's just... There's a lot of activity going on here. And again, it is all internal from what I can tell. We'll see what the likely immediate outcome and overall outcome. But wow, a lot of people are... This is amazing. I mean, there's work and there's challenge here for sure. There's obstacles. Most likely overall immediate outcome for Aries. Exhausted. Giving up. Aries, don't give up. Don't do it. Don't give up. Most likely overall outcome. All right, Aries. From the deck chariot, I do feel like this is relevant for you guys, especially considering the level of crossing over, and I'll explain that in a minute. I'm going to start with your present energy, Aries, because I feel like that is going to be the most helpful to you, which is the Death card, which death has to occur in order for there to be a rebirth. However, I feel like there's resistance. You are in this space. You are in the moment of this transformation, and I feel resistance. mostly coming from the Seven of Wands in reverse and the positioning of the vehicles. Because they're all really, in a sense, action cards. So you've got the Knight of Swords, which is very fast. Not as fast as Swans, but it's still very rapid moving. And there is this... So if these were in fixed positions, I would say this way. But they're kind of transitioning, and there has been this energy of running away from yourself. Running away from yourself, running away from yourself, running away from the work to get right with yourself, running away from yourself. And that energy is still present, but there is a shift going on in your energy. So it, like, if you were to go back and do the, I've already forgotten, Capricorn or Aquarius. One of the first two, guys. You would see some of the similar kind of maybe action, where some are going to give up and repeat, and some are going to move forward. For this collective of Aries, I feel like you guys are repeaters for right now, but the shift has started to occur. Okay? The idea now which way it's going, that's up to you. Although this is most immediate past, this is a cycle. Right here. This whole thing is a cycle. And these cards are starting to shift. So as you repeat, you know, the Knight of Swords is either moving towards being in reversal and not running away from yourself, which then means the Ace of Cups is moving towards being upright. Or it's the flip, you're going to head in the other direction. And you're going to continue to run away from yourself. But if this is the energy, and I do feel like it is, that you've been in, I think the majority of you are starting that transition to get out of it. But it may take a few more of these cycles to really get there. And the present energy being the Death card. The future, most likely future, immediate future outcome being... So Seven of Swords is standing around fighting no matter how exhausted you get. And you're tired. You become tired of this whole process, of this whole thing, of these repeated transformations. And you're like, I'm done. I want to be done. That's it. I want to be done. You're not. Sorry. No, I'm not, because in the long run, it's going to end up being better for you. I do feel like this is a fairly rapid moving cycle. Two major arcanas in here. Both of them movement card. Both of them can speak of change and control. This is you trying to control this situation. You can't. Yeah, just that's where some of this resistance is coming in. Is trying to control the outcome because it's uncomfortable. And denying it because it's uncomfortable. So you want to control what it does, what it looks like, how quickly it moves, how slowly it moves. These can be very quickly moving types of things. So I have a feeling this one's going to come through again and again in fairly rapid cycle. Especially now with the energies being what they are and the guidance towards healing. So I think you're going to see this a lot. So you're in here right now, and you are actively moving into this I quit kind of energy. Now this could be I quit being like this, but I don't see that because of this Four of Cups corpse. Jeez, must be the death card. Got Halloween on the brain or something. And I do have another message coming through. But it's probably just from one person. So anyway, universe is bringing you that opportunity to fill your own cup, to get right and well with self, to fill your cup first. And you're like, twice here, you're like, nope. Future past, sorry. Same energy. This is a repeat cycle because you are being offered the opportunity to move out of it. And I do see that slowly you are starting to make that transition. If you can get out of this resistance energy and this denial and refusal energy, you will be able to keep up with the rate of speed of movements in this cycle, and you won't have to repeat it so many times. You can speed up your own process by releasing this need to control and just relaxing into it and allowing it to be. Okay? It's uncomfortable. Yeah, absolutely, it is uncomfortable. Change is, because our brain just doesn't like it. That's life. So you can flow with it or you can resist it. When you resist it, it takes longer, it's more painful, and you end up where you're supposed to be anyway, whether you like it or not. And it's always in your highest good, so really, you'll like it, you just may not like what ends up occurring on the path of least resistance. This is one place where the path of least resistance is your ideal. So hopefully that helps for Aries. I do feel like it's an individual message, and this does not happen. I'm very cautious about this because of the implications. It's a hard message too. There is someone that possibly on Monday out there where this is going to be a literal occurrence. It's not going to be energetic. With these two cards preceding it. It does feel like it is in some way self-inflicted. Running away because I don't feel loved. All the thoughts in their head are telling them that they aren't worth anything. They aren't worth being loved. They aren't worth being cared about. They aren't worth anything. They aren't worth life. I am getting someone youthful. Probably male. I'm picking up very strong masculine energy. Are they male necessarily? No. But it does have a very strong masculine presence. And they do have somewhat people around them that love them. But the story in their head tells them something else. This is them giving up. Not seeing any reason, any purpose to keep fighting. And the family members, the friends, they don't think he thinks it's fake. He doesn't think it's genuine. So if you have somebody in your life that is, I want to say, and the isolation of COVID is, I feel like, may not be helping this person either. I want to say that is between, if you are an Aries and you know someone, a male, probably between, I'm feeling youthful, but I'm not necessarily getting age. So age group, I am guessing 17, 18 to maybe 20, 21. They do have family around, they do have loved ones around, but they just, I don't know if they're just in a situation where they're ignored, if there's been a recent rejection, I don't know. But there's someone coming through that their energy is asking for help. I feel like they may have younger siblings. It could be a single parent household, which could be part of, if they have younger siblings and it's a single parent household, you can kind of see where this energy might occur. They end up having to, in many cases, take the part of being a more adult than young person and independent. I just don't see any point. And the challenge here really is this. So no matter how much it's put in front of them, the problem is that it's not here. It's not within. So they can't. This is somebody that needs direct intervention. Direct intervention. Because they're not going to accept any offering outside. They have so convinced themselves that they're not worthy. They don't deserve it. They don't, and you know, anybody that tries to tell them otherwise is lying. They're not telling them the truth. They're not telling this person the truth. And the truth is, dude, you suck. Which is not the truth, but that's how he's receiving it. And I mean, the belief in his worthlessness is so deep that trying to convince him otherwise. And he's too young still to be able to get out of this space by himself. So this is somebody that needs direct intervention. This person, it could be, we have swords, we have cups, Strongest energy, Cups and Death. This person could be a water sign. Their birthday could be Pisces is March and April. Cancer is July, mostly. End of June, July, beginning, yeah, end of June to July. Scorpio is October, November. If this fits anyone, check in on them. Make sure it's not this person, because even though it might look all well and fine and dandy on the outside, you are not necessarily going to know what is going on the inside. People in this place are going to keep it a secret. So if this fits, get them help, because chances are they're not going to help themselves. Not right now. So hopefully that helps pull someone through a really bad place inside. But that's an unknown, so I have no idea what the outcome is going to be. There's too many energies involving free will. So I hope that helps. And that is for this week, Aries with a potential water sign. It may not be someone in your family. It could be a neighbor. It could be somebody that, if you have kids, your kids go to school with or work with. 18 to 20, they're probably not in school unless they're in college. I know that's a lot of people. It doesn't narrow anything down. I don't generally get names. So all I can do is try. Taurus. Moving on to Taurus. Hopefully you got something good. That was kind of a heavy individual personal message there, but you know, if it reaches the right people and does something to help somebody in a tight spot, I will probably flag that for as a collective message. Instead of being under Aries specifically. I feel like it had more to do with the cards than necessarily the sign. Oh, alrighty. And there are some things that, if discovered, determined after the fact, there are some things that are intended. And as much as it's painful for us, we don't know what the divine plan is in every context. So, you know, it may be that this, if that situation is meant to be followed through with. I don't know. I don't know what's intended in that case. I would assume it wouldn't be, otherwise it wouldn't come through. Hey guys, I'm not God. I don't know what's going on up there. I just work here. Alright, Taurus, let's see what you guys got. Give me something good. I need some good news after all that heavy. Show me some love, Bulls. Overall energy for Monday the 26th. Most immediate relevant past for Taurus the 26th. Wow, you guys got two. Wow. Two majors. Taurus, you guys are like all up in the universe's tailpipe here. Leave it to a bull, right? Present energy for Taurus. I want to see some different energies, Taurus. You guys have been having it rough in relationships and love. Bring me something good. There we go. Present energy. Lovers. All right, Taurus. Most immediate outcome for this situation. Most immediate likely outcome. Oh, I'm terrible at that. I better not. And most likely overall outcome for Taurus in this situation. Most likely overall outcome. Wow, you guys are for real, like knocking it. Oh no! I'm not counting that one as relevant. Crap. We'll come back to that. All right, overall energy is King of Swords, which is somebody who is precise, concise, and knows what they want, knows what they're doing. They don't overbalance with the whole head. They are just and fair. They do know how to look at all sides of things. And generally pretty cool dudes, whether or not they have a sense of humor. Depends on the personality of that king. The Fool of the Wheel of Fortune. So there is a cycle that has recently ended, and you are willing to take a leap of faith. Here's the iffy part. Well, this is a Wheel of Fortune, not the world. It's 5, it means change. It doesn't mean an end. Now, some changes can be an end, some endings are a change. One is more permanent and fixed than the other. This is just a closing out of a cycle of. So, where this is positioned, what exactly are you leaping towards? Because everything's that way. So maybe you might be heading, or maybe you did for a while, get a little bit too much up in the head. Or, ooh. Yeah, you have a history of getting too much in your thoughts. And that stopped you from taking a leap in faith historically as a pattern. You have historically not had the confidence, had the faith, had the chutzpah to leap into your desire, something you wanted, something you felt good about, something that you felt attracted to, or whatever. You didn't take the chance. Because you King of Swords is great, but I'll bet at one time this was reversed. You got too stuck up there. Now, it's upright. This is the cycle you're ending of getting too caught up in your head, and bow bow chicka chicka bow bow, you got yourself some game. Lovers. Got 2 cups. Got a major arcana right here, another major arcana. All court cards, otherwise 2 major arcanas. Most immediate likely outcome. Again, Knight of Swords coming in. Question. You're the King of Swords. You got 9 of Swords moving toward bringing in a message, some truth, some revelation, some insight, something. some information. And this all looks like a great reading until you get to here. Abandonment. Overall, abandonment. This is not an energy card most of the time. So whatever this truth is, it's coming in. It is going to bring to you some form of abandonment. Now, is it abandonment in this situation? It may not be. It could be. You know what it could be? You could be in counseling. You could be seeing a therapist every week. What you might notice, or what may occur to you, is that a long history of self-abandonment has triggered self-defeating behaviors and has kept you out of these situations. Now, here's the fortunate thing. You are in this situation presently. You are in this lover's situation right now. These are future. They have not occurred. You have the present opportunity to change this. So I'm not sure what message is coming in, what information, what insight, what is to come, but something is coming where it relates to being left, being abandoned. By whom, in what situation, what context, and what type, don't know. The news, the information that causes these feelings. Well, it's not this causes it, it's this information triggers these feelings, and could be a literal physical abandonment. It could be something that this sentiment shows up, but from past. But you get new information that brings that in. Does it necessarily have to do with this? Well, I think it does. Here's why. When this information comes in, and this sense of abandonment, even if it is not manifested physically now, it's in the past, there is a reason this King of Swords was once reversed. Which then changes everything else. Make sure that if this is just information, particularly if it's information about the past, make sure it does not reverse your energy. Because it's this energy that had you not believe in taking the risk that now that you finally took and has you here. You finally took that leap of faith and you are here. Because this went from somebody who did not want to know, somebody that was in self-denial, somebody that didn't want to see the truth, somebody that was too afraid. You went to here. Do not let this night overpower your king. No matter what the night brings. Do not let the night overpower the king. Okay? All right, Taurus. This is actually a much better energy than you've been in since I started reading, even though it's been inconsistent reading. This is so much better energy. This is really kind of coming into your own power and recognizing. And this is, I feel like this is going to be kind of a test for you. What have you learned? How have you really grabbed onto this not running not taking the chance and then missing out on opportunities? Have you actually gotten that lesson? You know, because it's one for your highest and greatest good to be comfortable enough with ourselves, to trust ourselves, to be honest enough with ourselves. So when that Knight of Swords comes in with that news, don't let that Knight overpower that King. Keep it stable. Keep it real. Don't get too much in the head. Hope that helps. Gemini, you're up. I feel like I'm roll call in like gym class or something. Next. Or, you know, some sports team coach. I guess it's kind of what I do in this. It's coach. Twinsies. You guys have been kind of all over them. Go figure. Twins. Yeah, you guys have been all over that. And you guys have had some of the most beautiful readings, and you've also had some pretty heavy ones. So let's see what's going on for the Gemini. There's a little glitch in something there, Geminis. What you got going on? It's got you feeling a little bit twitchy. Something, you know, it's so weird that I actually feel what's going on in the cards. It's like the energy is just, it's not just how the cards are behaving, because every shuffle for every collective, the cards behave differently. It's really strange. Never noticed before. Okay, overall energy for Monday for Geminis. Geminis. Wow. Okay. Most relevant recent paths for Gemini. Yeah. Present energy for Monday for Gemini, please. 26 October 2020. Present energy for Gemini for... You guys are liking the 2 first. Somebody else had a very similar energy last week. I don't remember if it was you guys or not. Most likely immediate outcome for this situation for Gemini, please. And most likely overall. Maybe. Most likely overall energy for Gemini. Overall. Jeez. Wow. Mercury high. Most likely overall outcome for this situation, please. Most likely overall outcome for this situation, please. Let us know. Most likely overall outcome for this situation, please. Maybe. Okay, Gemini. Guys, there is some serious power plays going on with the universe right now. Gemini overall energy, the High Priestess, and the World sideways. That would imply some very serious spiritual growth. There may be some, I kind of feel, and this is actually happening for a lot of people, where there is this you can read any of the other readings and you're going to see it everywhere. There is definitely this battle of how we experience things in this world and how we're experiencing them within at the higher level with our intuition, with the soul, spirit. How are we perceiving that? And there's a lot of influences going on with these energies right now because of what's going on outside of us, the things we are observing, the things we are investing in psychologically, emotionally, physically, and intuitively. So you may be getting information and you're not sure what to do with it. You're not sure, is that really what it is? Is it my imagination? Is it? So there's a process of acceptance and belief and coping, and it's just kind of this trying to integrate what a lot of people, this is a beginning of awakening, is what this is. To summarize, it's the beginning of awakening where you are getting more information than you're accustomed to, and coping is a challenge. It can be a serious challenge. You may already have some abilities. There's more coming in for some. There is more awakening. It is getting stronger. It's getting deeper. Ascension is really hitting some people hard. And I feel like this is that I don't know how to deal with this. That's what I'm feeling. Past energy. Deny, and deny some more. Not wanting to move into this. Resistance, seeing a lot of this kind of energy. Gemini, I experienced some of it myself. I know a lot of people that I'm working with that are going through exactly this. Where there is, I am not committing to any of this. And I kind of feel like you're still with this here, you're still in that space. I'm actually kind of glad to see this reading, to be honest, because I know so many people in exactly this place. And I think it is so intense, it is so powerful, it is so strong that there's this feeling like it's only them. And they're not Geminis. And it's been showing up reading after reading, along with the difficulty in relationships. So Gemini, whoever it is that's in this place, thank you. Seriously, thank you for coming through today, because I think there's a lot more people. I am probably going to flag your reading for other signs at this stage of the Ascension journey, because it really is this much of a challenge. There really is this much resistance, because it really can be that difficult. And you didn't ask for it. You didn't go looking for this. It just started showing up. It may be something you've had all your life, but now it's like, poof, there's a whole lot more. And there is a lot of that going on. Most immediate likely outcome. That's in conflict. Crossroads, intuition, insight, going within, not knowing what to do. Still just kind of this back and forth between acceptance and resistance. I'm going to tell you, acceptance is going to be a lot less difficult. Resistance is going to cause a lot of issues in the head. It's going to cause a lot of stagnation. It's going to cause some depression. And even though this is overwhelming and challenging and difficult, it's not as heavy. It's nowhere near as heavy as it seems like when there's resistance to it. Could this be a more 3D kind of reading? Sure. This could be, resistance to an end, period. To a divinely guided, you intuitively know, you don't want to know, so you go back and forth with it. You're not allowing it to happen. You're holding on. You're not, you're resisting, yes, This could be a very 3D reading. You know, and here's the end of that ending, not accepting it in the future. Not having the strength to let go when you need to. Don't hold on to it. And here's that crossroads. But my heart's so involved. Yes, that may apply to some people. That could be, you know, you know there's something you need to walk away from and you're resisting it and you're not. Walking away from it. Yes, that does apply to some people. But this energy right here, this is the one that is coming through the strongest. I mean, crazy, crazy strong for Gemini for right now. There are those that are experiencing, this is the first and primary message that is coming forth, because this, in the 3D, whatever connection, situation, relationship that you know is supposed to end, is going to end. And the need to move forward, it could be a Leo, could be a Cancer, could be a Virgo, not Virgo, I do this every time. Aquarius. And it's supposed to happen, it's guided. You know, listen to your intuition, not necessarily your emotions. Don't be codependent. The message that I'm getting from the High Priestess, for those in the Ascension journey, the level of coping and burden is heavy. And it is going to cause some complications and difficulties in the external when you do this resistance, because it creates all this confusion in the head, in the emotions. It makes it feel very heavy, very burdensome, and it feels like it's impossible if you stay in this resistance and this trying to control something you can't control. But when we get into a space of surrender, really, where we are not, if this card were not in reverse, if it came out sideways, I would see that more as a surrendering state. So I do feel like this is kind of a message to get out of the head, get out of the emotions, which, and this could be based on something external, somebody not quite understanding what you're dealing with. This could also be someone external, so it may be that somebody doesn't have the strength to go on this ride with you, to stick around. It could be, you know, this gets turned around if you surrender and everything's fine. I mean, there's so many variations of how this could become without resistance, without the doubt and fear and insecurity and uncertainties, and trusting fully the message from the divine to allow this, because this end, that is the sign to me in this reading as the energy I'm pulling through, not of the relationship or connection piece, but higher. This is the end of everything within that you know. This is the next step. This is the next step up in the journey. And there's going to be a revelation of a whole lot more, and a whole lot of growth, and a whole lot of guidance. And the assistance is going to be available to you with your intuition, both of these. One is emotional. It's this balance between head and heart. And actually, it's more like this. This is the balance between head and heart. Reaching this point of balance, though, is being a water fire. And Gemini, I do feel like this specifically speaks to you because of that diametrically opposed energy. Which state do I be in? Am I in this energy over here, or am I in this energy over here? Balancing these two energies is a challenge. And basically being in a state of surrender. Not choosing either, just allowing them both to be. Creates that balance. And this situation may occur because of the imbalance and the indecision. You get all this balance right, and get into that surrender, listen to the divine, follow your guidance, follow your intuition, use discernment. And discernment is a matter of head and heart. Intuition goes deeper than either. But use all the skills and abilities and talents and everything else, and you'll know whether or not this stays or it's supposed to go. And I feel like with this Leo sideways, you may not accept this situation without being in a state of surrender. You get into a state of surrender, then whatever happens with this, you'll be fine with either way. Not that it won't affect you in the moment, but you'll recognize that this doesn't define you. And so you will, when we have a loss of any kind, it doesn't matter how big or how little. When we lose our job that we hate, we're still going to recognize it because we also understand the connection between job, money, food, job, money, roof. And it's not necessarily even a state of lack. It's just like in the moment, oh crap, I don't have something set up right behind that, so now I have to figure out what to do. It doesn't stick. It's an awareness that you end up in this place. Oh, I don't have a plan to get to the next step, and I need a plan to get to the next step. I haven't planned to get to the next steps. There's that moment there, and that is a form of pain. Pain is normal. We are going to experience pain. Pain and misery, pain and suffering are not the same thing. Getting out of this space of needing to control the universe and what is going on within and without creates resistance, which then creates suffering. We surrender, then it's a lot easier to process through. Trust me, it's taken forever to even get, I'm not even all the way there. So Gemini, for those on this ascension journey, that's helpful. For those who are dealing with a more 3D situation, where the situation is, potentially ending, listen to your intuition, which is that head and heart, not one over the other, both. This is what we would call discernment. It's that blend of emotion and rational thought without one taking control over the other. And I feel like that's what that Two of Swords is about for you. Is, again, the same thing. That choice between which one do I listen to? Do I listen to what I know in my head, or do I listen to what's going on in my heart? There's a layer underneath between that needs to be listened to, and we'll call that intuition. It can be really difficult really difficult to tell the difference. Think about a moment, meditate. Try to get out of the situation that you're experiencing or that is on your head and heart. Emotion can misguide. Thought can definitely misguide. Problem is, emotion and thought are connected in a lot of ways. So when we talk about use your emotions, they don't lie to you, use your heart, we're not actually talking about emotions. Emotions as a human being is actually a chemical reaction to thought. They can lie, they do lie. But we feel intuition in our body. And it can occur as an emotion. It can trigger emotion, which then can trigger thought. It's a vicious cycle, really. But we can feel and recognize and become attuned to intuition in the body. And so gaining some understanding of body awareness and body senses can help a lot in these situations. So if you have not looked into that, pardon me, Gemini, that may be something that's helpful to you. It's something I'm looking into for myself as well. And you want to try and feel for it. Try to learn to feel for the different things in your body. Thought and emotion can trigger body emotion or body reactions also. But a lot of times those body reactions are bigger, more obvious, more roller coastery. You know, that drop stomach feeling, that boom, 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 in the heart, the butterflies. It's more subtle than that. Intuition is an underlying, it's consistent, it's smooth, it's gentle. It doesn't have that explosive, oh my gosh, my heart hurts. And we do feel that. That's the emotion thought loop. So, if you're struggling between those two concepts, do I go with my head? Do I go with my heart? How do I know if it's intuition? How do I know? Probably the easiest way with intuition, and you still have to use caution, is that inner knowing within. Like if you get really, really tired, you stay up too late, and stuff just starts flowing out of your mouth that mostly doesn't make sense, but kind of does. Thoughts have shut down at that point to a degree. That's the stuff. That's the stuff to listen to. When the brain has exhausted itself to the point that you just really can't process, and something comes up, that's the one to listen to. So I hope that helps. Y'all have a great week. I'll be back later for Cancer through Sagittarius daily readings. Blessings.